Hello, your child is coming home with a list of high-frequency words. In order to practice these words at home, I'm going to give you some suggestions. These words are high-frequency words because your child will see them in his or her reading a lot. We want these high-frequency words to become sight words. That means your child can instantly recognize it automatically. In order for a high-frequency word to become a sight word, we have to map it in our brain and have it stored in our sight word memory. So our first word is the word the. I'm going to show you one way that we can practice this word at home. We want your child to be able to read it and spell it. Here's a pop-it. I'm going to say the word the. How many sounds in the word the? Let's pop it. Th, I see two sounds. Now I'm going to write it. What says th? TH says th. If your child does not know that sound yet, it would be a tricky part. So we're going to heart that tricky part. We heart the tricky to make it sticky, is what we say in our room. The next sound I hear is The letter that makes this sound in the word the is E. That's why it's tricky, because it's not making its normal sound. It doesn't know what to say, so it says So that's one way you can practice the word the at home. Our next word is A. That word isn't that tricky, but some kids might have a hard time with it. You can grab anything that has texture to it. Your child can put a blank piece of paper on top. A. How many sounds in the word A? 1. I'm going to write the word A. This is the word A, and it makes its normal sound. Our next word is the word and. You can take any kind of object that you have at home that your child can push up. You can use pennies, you can use pieces of cereal, you can use tiles like I have. Any object that you have at home. So the word is and. We're going to push up a tile for each sound in the word and. A, n, d. How many sounds? 3 sounds. Now we're going to write the word and. A says a in this word, N says n, and D makes the d sound. There are no tricky parts in this word because all of the letters are making the sounds that they are supposed to make. If your child cannot read this word, encourage him or her to sound it out. A, n, d, and. The more that your child maps the sounds to the letters that make the sound, the easier it will be for your child to store it in his or her memory. The next word is the word is. If you have anything that is tactile at home, so right now I have a bin of rice, if you have sugar, salt, anything that you want that your child can put their finger in. So what says eh? In this word, I says eh. What makes the z sound? Well, in this word, it's tricky, so we put a heart because S is making the z sound. I, z, I, S spells is. Another thing you can have your child do is if you have a blank piece of paper and just a fun marker or special smelly marker or crayon. Our next word is the word his. For every sound we hear in the word his, we're going to draw a line. Z. What letter makes the sound? H. What letter makes I. Now in this word, I'm going to heart this last sound because it's not a Z. In this word, the S is making the Z sound. This is the word his. Is, his. Encourage your child to sound out any words that he or she does not know. And here is our last word, of. If you have Play-Doh at home or something that you can roll or smash, so what I'm going to do is roll my Play-Doh. If you have a dry erase board, that's always fun to use. So we're going to say the word of. Of. We're going to smash for each sound. V. How many sounds in the word of? Of has 2 sounds. In this word, O makes the sound because it doesn't know what to say. So I'm going to heart this sound because it is not making the sound that it should normally make. In this word, F makes the V sound. So I'm going to heart that because I need to know this by heart. In the word of, there are two tricky parts. O says F says V. So when you work with your child at home, this is one of the ways that you can map these tricky words. Once your child has these words recognized instantly, you can cut these words apart and use them as flashcards. Do not use them as flashcards if your child does not know the words instantly. To get your child to know these words instantly, use mapping to help your child. If you have any questions, please reach out.